Gotta stay on this mission. Got a vision that's endless. They told me don't be a menace. They gon' serve me a sentence. But now I'm up in the illest that did it. Get the cream, look. Drop it in it. Give about opinions. I'm just minding my business. If I'm grinding, I'm shining. Don't got time for the gimmicks. Squad, I'm dead. Squad, I'm dead. Squad, I'm dead. Squad.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Ravens going up against the Steelers.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Bryant into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And now it's 2nd and goal. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Second down following the run. Back to throw. Bryant goes underneath for Bell. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And to give this time to the tailback. Fancy footwork at the 45. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Takk McKinley leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Check 26,
Operating from the gun, Bryant. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And down inside the 15 he goes. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. So they're operating in the red zone.
Flex round! Flex round! 38!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bryant. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And he's able to put it through. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A first update now from Cincinnati. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now a handoff looking right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw is incomplete. The new acquisition, Martellus Bennett, the intended target. 3rd down here.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 30 yards there.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Looking to throw. Bryant. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tim Williams able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on 2nd.
Let's go! Ohio!
Back to throw. Bryant. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Here we go.
From the gun, Bryant. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game,
and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's fielded at the 45. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And now out come the Steelers. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Bryant uncorks one for Davis. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bryant. Uncorks one for Davis. And got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A big play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Phillips. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Ravens on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. They'll set up a throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Back to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get... And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Early lead in that one for the Packers. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
Here we go.
Throwing on first down. Bryant. Now he'll escape to his left. And some room to work. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. And sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Let's go.
To throw on second down. Bryant is going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory. That one goes for 36 yards. Now Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Bryant. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Around the NFL, they're in the second quarter at Lambeau. Early lead in that one for the Packers. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Back to throw now on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So we reach halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. First down, Bryant, and Davis has it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Now the first carry for Brian Hill, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Looking to throw. Bryant. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And it's up and good. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Ohio! Ohio!
On 1st and 10, Bryant. And an alley to run. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Takk McKinley with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the defense gets the pick. The offense, Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get to 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A very solid gain of 27. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go!
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
Let's go!
Again, it's Bell. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Ballard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Forced out to his left. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Throwing on 1st down. Bryant. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. On 1st down, Bryant firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action.
Let's go!
From the gun, Bryant. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them. But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 32. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? It's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Ravens on third down. They've been stymied left and right, converted only one time. This will be 3rd and 15. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47, and the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it...
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Throwing to start the drive. Bryant. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. To throw again. Bryant. Uncorks one for Davis. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On third down, Bryant. And now another one thrown incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Caught, left side, Bennett. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there. A handoff as they run the counter play. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. They give him a gain of 38.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about it.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
No, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind. But he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They can and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
It'll be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
And now here's another interception. Reuben Foster picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. And it's the Bucs who have scored again to open up that lead. A win would be their 2nd on the young season.
Let's go! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Operating from the gun, Bryant. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing again. Bryant. A screen to Bell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Come on, let's go!
From the gun, Bryant. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And he's going to go down for a 4th time today, and this time the result is a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. To throw on second down, Bryant. And that is incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. And the Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw on second down. Bryant, he's going to sling this deep down. And this is caught. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 45 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
To throw on second down, Bryant, and this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it.